So I just want to say before we get into today's video, I pre-recorded this and when I look back and watched it through, it lagged a bunch. I have an old computer and every time I try to screen record while making videos, it just lags at times. So please don't pay any attention to that. There's still some good value in here and enjoy the video. Now I know you're not hearing this for the first time, but your time is your most valuable asset. And if you're like me and you work an 8 to 5 job and you're currently trying to start a business or an agency on the side, then you know just how meaningful your time is. So my typical day looks like waking up at 7 a.m., putting on my clothes, showering, not in that order, and then driving a half hour, 20 minutes to my job where I work 8 to 5 and have an hour lunch. And in that hour lunch, I'm thinking about what I'm going to do when I get home or what I could do in my business during my lunch, respond to some Instagram DMs or send out some emails or even make a few cold calls, whatever it may be. So that 11, let's just say you get home at 6 o'clock, that 11-hour chunk out of your day is huge. So I think this tool I'm going to show you today is one that I actually just purchased, and it's a software for lead scraping. So it's $95 after the discount I put in, and really it's just a big time saver. So what I was doing most recently was, like I said, making cold calls during lunch or right when I got home to people out west because their businesses weren't closed yet, that sort of thing. And with how important your time is, I just needed something to be able to work for me while I worked my current 8 to 5 job. So I'm going to show you this website today. You may be familiar with it, but you're able to buy softwares for pretty cheap. They have these deals of all sorts. So if you're interested in email marketing, then you can buy this software here. It looks like it's not too highly rated, but $49 for a lifetime. This one here, $59 for a lifetime, $39 for a lifetime. So the nice thing about this is once you buy it, it's yours. So many softwares out there are you pay this fee up front and then this is your monthly fee. And if it's an email service or lots of lead scraping services, typically you're going to pay somewhere around anywhere from $50 to $100, $150 a month, depending on what your subscription level is. But this one I'm going to show you today is, like I said, the one I just purchased called Outscraper. And so if you've seen any of my past videos, then you know the business model I'm going with is called SWAS, so software with a service. So my initial reach out to people is I'm going to look for people on Google Maps that don't have a website or Google My Business. And so if I see they don't have a website, I'm going to go ahead and reach out to them, whether that's through phone or email, and say, hey, currently in the process of making you this website, and it's through Go High Level. I don't tell them that. It doesn't really matter. It's a website to them. But anyway, so I'll go ahead and let them know that I'm in the process of making this, and if it's something they may be interested in, and that's really the upfront pitch and saying, hey, I got this for you, or I'm working on it for you. Mind if I send it your way once completed? And hopefully that generates an email. And I've called on a couple different niches now. So I've called on the dog grooming niche and now the, handyman niche. And what I have found, at least super early, is that a lot of these people just don't answer their phones. A lot of the businesses just don't answer their phones. So yeah, maybe with me calling, I'm not looking for anything to get repaired or I'm not looking for my dog to be groomed, but still they're missing my call and the fact that I want to let them know that I'm building a website for them and they don't even answer, especially with the dog groomers. They'll say, hey, we're available from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Tuesdays through Thursdays. And if we don't answer during that time, then chances are we're busy grooming another dog. Well, a feature like missed call text back could be so valuable for a business like that. So I know I'm kind of going off on a tangent and kind of alluding to videos I made in the past about what services I'm providing, but just wanted to give you a little bit of background as to what I'd be using the software for, or what kind of leads I'd be scraping exactly. So software here is a one-time purchase of $99. I actually saw it 2 days ago for $119, and I was going to buy it then, but I waited, and I guess good things come to those who wait. So $99, and then not only that, but through AppSumo, I signed up for their newsletter or something, and I got 10% off my first purchase. So this ended up being $89.99, and then plus tax or whatever it was, it turned out to be $95. So what's going to happen is once you purchase this software, Outscraper, you're going to get a redemption code or referral code, something like that. And I have it listed up here, but I'm not going to click on it because that is actually the code I will use month in, month out to get my credits. But what will happen is you will then get sent to the software that looks a little bit like this. And before I get into what exactly I'll be doing with it, I'm going to go ahead and hit my profile here. So as you can see, there's this $25 balance here. No, I did not input my card. No, I did not input any kind of cryptocurrency. All I did was use that referral code I had and paste it into the promotion code. And actually, before I did that, I sent an email to the support for Outscraper because I had a free account before I purchased, and it said that it was able to, it gave me that referral code that I mentioned, and what it was having me do was click a link on that, and I would then be able to enter that code and get my credit linked to my account. But since I had an account already, I wasn't sure exactly where to go, so I really just took that redemption code, pasted it into the promo code here, and this $25 popped up in my account. So what I'm going to do from here is go to Services, by Brand, and I'm going to go to Google, in Google Maps Data Scraper. So like I mentioned, this is the service that I'm looking for. I'm looking to see the businesses out there that are without websites or essentially looking for websites. So what we're going to do is, let's say we're going to go with the handyman niche. So we see handyman, handywoman, handy person, very politically correct. And then what we're going to do, let's see here, handy, and then just handyman. So there we go. We'll leave those two searches right there. We're going to search within the United States. So I don't want all 50 states right now. So with this is actually my first search. So with me being in Ohio, I'm just going to go ahead and type in Ohio. I don't know why that didn't go, but let's just actually scroll down here. So, oh goodness. Ohio, Illinois. No, we're just going to click the Ohio box. So from here, maximum results, we're going to click up on this arrow, and we're just going to go with 1,000 for right now. I'm not sure how many handymen, women, persons there are in the state of Ohio. Whether it's more than 1,000, I doubt it. I saw something that there may be around 40,000 nationwide, but then that also may be a hard number to gather if you're just kind of a local neighborhood handyman and don't have much of an online presence. And really, with a little bit of research I've done, I found that to be the case. A lot of people just have a Facebook page out there. No website link to it. Maybe they'll even link their Instagram and they'll post some of the jobs they've done in the past, but that'll really be it. So I think there's a little bit of a gap in the market there to kind of go into, and I'm hoping to be able to fill that a little bit. So here are the different things we are looking for the software to scrape. So extract emails and socials. So Google Maps doesn't include emails, but you can use the email and contact scraper by checking the checkbox. What? Okay. Company insights, don't really care for any of that. The revenue, industry, I know what industry I'm looking at. I get information about phone owners from white pages. Yep, we want that. Validate the email, so make sure we're not getting any spam or something that will kick back. ignore without emails. No, if they give just a phone number, just something that we can cold call, then that works as well. We're not going to get too picky here early on. And like I said, with this being my first search, we're just going to see what it comes up with. Delete email duplicates. Sure, we'll go ahead and check that box. So then from here, we're going to see some advanced parameters. We've got some filters. I don't really want to put any additional filters on there. Use zip codes. Yep, sure, all looks good. And then here, we're going to do CSV. So if you are an agency owner or use this software Go High Level like I do, then I believe what I've seen at least other people do in videos is if you take a big lead list from somewhere, then it's most easily integrated through a CSV file. So I've seen people take right here this XLSX, I believe is just Excel. So a lot of times what you'll have to do is convert that file to a CSV in order to upload it into High Level. So let's just, this should be the best option for right now. And so columns to return, all if not selected, allows. I don't think we need to do anything right there. So we're going to go ahead and just hit get data. And then another thing I should mention about this software is that you can get a refund in the first 60 days for any reason necessary. So if you're hesitant to even spending the $95, $100, whatever it may be for the software, and this should go without saying, I have like 25 subscribers, but I'm not getting paid or affiliated to do anything with this. This is just something I found online or had seen other people utilize as well. And there's some good videos on YouTube as well of how people utilize the software for their business or for themselves, whatever it may be. So this is what the data comes up with. It says it's going to take around 10 to 37 minutes to finish up, and then it's going to be a rough cost of $7.43. So as we saw earlier, there's already $25 loaded into the account. So no, this technically isn't unlimited leads or anything, but it says you can get around 5,000 a month, which is for $95. I think that's great. That's good with me. So we're going to go ahead and hit confirm here. Yep, this is just waiting to load right here, and so it says it's going to take right around a half hour, so we will come back then. So after that half hour or whatever it was for our data to download, I then was able to open up in Excel, actually here in Google Sheets. So this is everything that it gave us, so quite a bit of information as you can see here. So we're all the way to the top. Query, won't need any of that information. We're going to go ahead and scroll over. We have name, site. I mean, we can go on and on for days, but really I also went ahead and just went down here for all the information that is necessary for really all the information that I'm going to need for when contacting people in Go High Level. So or whatever software you're using. Obviously, I mentioned I'm using Go High Level, so we actually went ahead and rated these or filtered them by reviews. So as you can see here, these first 10 or so are all 1-star ratings, and a lot of them only had 1, 2, or 3 reviews, but this one here had 9 ratings and is a 1.4 star. So Call Me Handy is definitely not hitting it out of the park by any means, but this goes on and on and on. And so you'll see here too, the emails. There's no emails listed here because I'm guessing they're either out of business or just don't have much of an online presence. Maybe they're strictly local in one community or that sort of thing. So we're going to go ahead and keep scrolling down, and you'll see more and more emails start to filter. So I'll go over it. These are the, I guess, columns you could say that I chose to bring to this new tab here. So the name of the business, the ratings, the reviews, email, phone number, street, city, state, postal code, and then It even at times had a backup email or even a third email. I also did a Facebook page because when dealing with handymen, a lot of them don't even have a website. A lot of them just run things and post a bunch of content on their Facebook of completed jobs, that sort of thing. And then, of course, their websites as well, the ones that do have it. And then website generator, you can't really see it's blended in, but it just tells me if it's through Wix, WordPress, that sort of thing. So if we scroll all the way to the bottom, I mean, it gave us over 1,000 leads, but one thing I did, or right at 1,000 leads, and like you heard me mention, I wasn't even sure if there were going to be 1,000 handymen within the state of Ohio. So there's actually some that it gave me here that are, as you can see, Indiana. I believe I have a couple from Pennsylvania as well. So really just the neighboring states, mostly Ohio, but again, with there not being 1,000 in Ohio, it just went to the nearest states essentially. So really nice that it was able to do that and give me all the results I was looking for. So from here, we can go inside of my Go High Level, and I went ahead and uploaded them. So I put a tag on them that I'm not sure if this is the best way to do this quite yet, but what I did just to label them essentially within Go High Level, it came through originally as a bulk action, so inputting 400 plus leads is what ended up being quality. So it ended up taking out some of the junk or emails that weren't responding or weren't verified essentially. So we originally wanted 1,000, we pulled out 1,000, but around 400 are actually qualified in a sense. So as you can see, we have plenty here. Not all of them have a phone number. Pretty much every single one does have an email, and we can go ahead and click in here, and we're just going to get more information about the business. So Main Street Contracting, there's going to be a little bit here about the contact and the company. Filters, I can go ahead and filter just by this tag. Again, my computer's being very slow, but I could filter just by this tag, and I could filter the ones that just didn't have a website. So once I do that, we'll see how many there are. But depending on what service or what you're trying to get out of this lead list, if you're really just looking for emails or you're mostly wanting to do cold calls to where you obviously just need the phone numbers, then you can really cater to what it is exactly you need. More information, less information, whatever it is you desire. So here's an example of a contact here. They have an email listed, they have a phone number, and again, my computer's being very slow. So here's an example of a contact once again. We have phone number, email, business name. It's supposed to say city and state, but for some reason this one didn't pull. It might have not been on the Google sheet then. It tells me the website they currently are using, their Facebook page, which again, some of them use as just a website on their own, website link, so they use WordPress, and I went ahead and put the Ohio Outscraper Handyman lead tag on it. That's a mouthful. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and make sure to like and comment and let me know where you're at in your journey, or if you downloaded the Outscraper tool, and let me know your experiences with it. So I'll see you in the next one.